Well, for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Regina Parks, and up until recently, I was the manager of TheDesk. So we're going to go over what we accomplished in 2015. We launched TheDesk last year about this time at the summit. The desk was launched in April with the stated mission to provide the highest quality of customer support for operational questions to our originators, partners, and staff of Open Mortgage via a centralized point of communication. It was our desire to offer the company a complete knowledge base and ticket system in one, moving toward a centralized point of communication and resolution. The desk became a centralized resource point for origination-related documentation, such as updates and information. We took the scenario-related decision making away from several different people. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but you could go to underwriting, you could go to Greg, or you could go to the underwriting manager, and it was a mess trying to get an answer. Somebody would say, yes, we can do that, and it wouldn't roll downhill, and no, the underwriter wouldn't find out about it. So I think that has helped a lot. We provided quick turn times to our partners. They typically get a response in under an hour. We try to keep it less than 15 minutes and striving for the Topeka model for customer service. We had a few issues when it first started where tickets weren't coming to us and we just didn't know it. So if you don't get an answer quickly, you need to call me. That means something's wrong. Retail, we have provided a service to our retail loan officers so they can get a quick answer and continue to work on loans. For our community banks, we only have a handful, but we supply information for the banks on Open Mortgage. They can find disclosures they might need, turn times, product information. The desk is helping the training department create training materials for the bank. We are supplying materials for banks with little to the more experienced loan officer. So some of our banks are quite small. The desk gives the banks a main contact to help with scenarios, process issues, and lending QB. So they have one point of contact, which is Jennifer, and she does a great job. And for reverse, I'll just touch on this, but the same, it's been a great tool for the loan officers during the launch of financial assessment, especially because their world changed this year. We have been able to provide up-to-date information within the desk, along with answering questions to keep them moving forward, doing the day-to-day with their customers. Loan officers express that having the desk is so beneficial and adds a great level of confidence when working their leads and closing their loans. We help the new hire with the onboarding process. The calls and attention that we give them from the desk provides a red carpet standard with Open Mortgage. And then we answered 11,000 questions. This was 2 months ago. And we maintain 96% customer service satisfaction on the Rockometer. Yeah. Peter. Okay. So now I'm going to go into how to get into the desk. A lot of people I know still don't use it, don't understand it. Lori, Rick, Jean. Where's Jean?
What is it?
Jean has 4 private desks. So you go to the desk, openmortgage.zendesk.com, and then you have to log in. So you're gonna, Up at the top right where it says submit, submit a request, you hit sign on, and then you can sign on with your Google. If you don't have a Google email account, you need to get with IT. Let me go. I'm going to go to the desk and show you a little more information. Okay, so this is where I've logged in. If you don't log in, you're not going to get all of the sections. And if you do get some of the sections, they're not going to be complete. So there's two ways to look things up. One is in the search bar. Let's do FHA MIP. And then that will bring you all the information that we have. So if you can find your answer in there, you just click on it. And it'll take you to the article. Then you can always go into a section. So we have the appraisal policy and procedures. We have the 203K draw process. We have the AMC. All the AMCs are listed along with their fees. And when we update this, we try to put the date on the end. We try to get rid of the older stuff too. Yes, if you click on it, that's not the form, that's the instructions. But let me Google or search that. Escrow hold.
Sure, you had to ask that.
Yeah, but it is on there. I just got to spell it right. There it is, escrow holdback approval form. And you just right click and open link a new tab. And I don't know, oh, there it is. So there's the form that you'll need to fill out. You'll need to fill out the borrower's information at the top. And then step 2 is a type of work that needs completed. And you will need at least 2 bids, sometimes 3. And then you have to fill out section 2 or step 2, the amount of the escrow, if it's at 1% escrow, which is usually for the head REOs, or 1.5 times. Number of days to complete the repairs. And typically that's about 10 days. We've made exceptions to go up to 30. When we do the exceptions, you have to extend your lock through the 30 days because we can't sell the loan until the work's complete. And then you put who is going to pay for it. And then you send that to Regina or Michelle. It has Deb on there now. And then we'll send it back to you, and then we send it to Pat at the appraisal department, and she keeps track of them, and she makes sure the money gets released back to the proper parties. Okay, I typed in up here in the search button, escrow holdback approval, and hold on, let me do it again. So see this section in blue? You right click and open link in new tab, and it brought it down here to open it. It's thedesk.openmortgage.com. Nope. So right there, under New Tab in Google Chrome, it says The Desk, and it has a picture of Godzilla, which is another Peter thing.
If you're logging from down, I can get those all those.
Okay, so let's say you searched for your form. There's another way you can look for things. You go under, you can go into retail lending, reverse. There's stuff in there for processing. But let's just say retail lending, and you want to look at jumbo guides. So then you would just click on the guides for BB&T and open a link. And there's your guides. Say you can't find what you're looking for. You've looked all through here and you're like, I can't find it. So then you go down here to the blue help button. And then that's where you'll search again. So let's just say FHA MIP. And you hit enter, and then it's going to bring up the top 3 things that it thinks matches. If those are the items you don't need, then you go down here to leave us a message and click there. You type in your name, email address, loan type, and how can we help you. When you type in the how we can help you, if you could start off with the borrower's name and loan number, if you have it, that would be great. And then what that will do is open a ticket. I'm going to go to our ticket. Yes. Let's see. Yes.
For REOs, when it's already approved, repair escrow, we don't need 3 bids, right? We just use 1 bid. $5,000 to the max for 2 or 3. Correct. Yeah.
Who was the one that raised you?
I don't know how to get to the agent page anymore. Okay, so here, this is the agent page that Jennifer and Cynthia in reverse, Dave Otter and I, we get an email notification that there's a ticket open. And then we come over here. I'll show you some recently. Well, there's a new ticket. Conventional HFA Advantage. Do we underwrite the Fannie FHA Advantage loans, or do we send those to U.S. Bank? What? Yeah. So I don't know the answer to that, so I'll have to look. We do them. You know the answer, Dawn?
What's the answer? I'm sorry.
No, I said
What's the question?
conventional HFA Advantage. Do we underwrite the Fannie HFA Advantage loans, or do we send them to US Bank?
We underwrite. We underwrite. I just took the class last week.
Okay.
That's the bond program.
You know what, that's sad, that's asking the right future, because I don't know if that side decided that we would underwrite. The training truly was just last week.
We'll probably underwrite it because we do all the bond loans anyway. Okay, so I did a reply, and then I'm gonna close out the ticket.
Oh, wow, I want all my to go to Maddie and just approve.
So sometimes I'll have to answer a ticket and put it back on hold because I need to go get more information for you, or I need more information from you. So that's what that is.
So that if you talk to someone on the phone, you only give them part of the scenario, we answer that part of the scenario, and then it comes back a completely different question. We've got, you know, how we can cover ourselves and cover you.
And we also keep track of issues that keep happening over and over that we know are a training issue. And then we can get with underwriting or sales and let them know what we've been seeing and what kind of training we need to get to everybody. Then comes up our rated tickets. So you'll get an email, I think it's a couple days later, that says, how'd we do? We've recently had people that didn't like our answer and gave us an unsatisfied. Even though it was the guidelines, they gave us a bad answer. Or I will have the closing manager get back to you. And it was my fault she didn't get back to her because I said it's the wrong email address, but I'm not satisfied. So the survey for here is just for how good of a job we've done on the desk. And we take it very seriously, and if there's issues, we get with you and resolve them and use it as a training tool. Yes.
Can you just touch on like the process that you go through when we send you that question? Like, because you're the underwriter, but just in case if the person responding to the email is not an underwriter, would they check with an underwriter, or they have basically guidelines and they basically just know what the answer is?
We copy and paste the guidelines. If it's something above the guidelines, then we go to the underwriters. We're not supposed to give credit decisions on the desk. It's more guidelines and how to structure your loan.
Do you agree that the new FHA guidelines are the biggest guidance?
Yes. Yes.
Is it that the desk able to give that guidance on the guidelines? Or just, I think in general, I get that.
Yeah, I mean, we
You mean interpretation?
Yes. I would look at what I can suggest. My question is how they going to be looked at from our standpoint before I get there. That's what I'm asking the direct question. Go through this. Because I agree with you. I get it. I understand it. But about 4 ways that they can go. All they look at is your way of looking at
The thing is we can put it in writing, and regardless of what underwriter might get it or who might be, involved in the loan, we've already addressed it, it's just all in the same thing.
Because there was one recently where she had sent she said, send it to me. Here's what I can read myself. So, we got some additional questions. And we got the same answer back. And it wasn't direct, this is what you need to do. It was just sending the guideline again.
Yeah, but sometimes we can't give more than what the guidelines say.
On this particular one, it wasn't either scenario. It wasn't like, Joe Bob had $15,000, whatever, nothing like that. It wasn't.
Yeah, it's a resource for guidelines, and we're not supposed to figure out income, which I do on occasionally, but I say, if I were your underwriter, this is how I would figure your income. But, everybody knows that 4 different underwriters can do income 4 different ways. So,
And a lot of times then the underwriter will call us and get us to that. The desk usually, they have access to the underwriter chat, which they all respond to, usually when I request.
he just wants Holly's answer, is what he wants.
That's who's gonna be on practice.
This is part of the one-pager that we did when the desk opened. It's the introduction to the desk at open. I can email this to anybody. I think there's is Dan in here? I think he did a more in-depth training on the desk. I think that's on OMU. It's just, are you unsure about where to go, what to do, or who to ask? Is it hard to find product knowledge, guidelines, and processes? So the mission of the desk is to provide the highest level of customer support for operational questions to our originators, partners, and staff at Open Mortgage via a centralized point of communication. And then it's introducing us. Regina, I have 23 years now. Cynthia, who does reverse, she's a DE underwriter with 35 years in the industry. And Jennifer has 17 years of experience. It tells you how to log into the desk, search for what you might need, kind of what we just went over. And it tells you what we cannot handle, which is underwriting decisions, operational decisions, and credit decisions. We can handle guidelines, industry updates, and we used to have hardship requests on there. That's something we don't really do. You have an underwriting manager to go to if you need something overridden or hardship that you need help with. Managers, yeah.
Just then what you were mentioning earlier, I only have an answer. So should we just print it and put it in file in case? If we get like maybe one underwriter or whatever. So at that moment, is my underwriter or manager going to say, okay, wait, since this has been answered, I'm just going to go with last answer, or do you think that's
Yeah, but that answer might not go with the information you gave us. So once they have the full information in the file, it might change. So this is the reporting that I pull up every month for the desk. It'll tell us how many tickets we solved. So in the past 30 days, 295. I don't know what the backlog is because we don't have a backlog. But out of those 295 tickets, we touched them 799 times.
Can you see here, this would save the underwriter so much time where they can actually underwrite files instead of answering 799 questions?
Yeah. And a lot of them are thank you, and then we have to reply, you're welcome. So you really don't have to thank us. No, it wouldn't be touched once, but and not everybody puts thank you, but there's no need. We know you appreciate us. Yeah, send money and flowers.
Or make a good comment.
Yeah, make a good comment, an honest comment. What? We do. Dave and I answer till 11 o'clock at night and on weekends, unless I'm asleep. And this has 2-hour first time reply, and that's taking the weekends into consideration because we're never more than an hour. Let's see. So this tells us by channel. So the largest percentage, 93%, was web form. So people are going onto the desk. I don't know, 3% is through mail. So we don't have an email address to the desk because we would like people to go to the knowledge base and look for the information before they open a ticket. And let's see. So the next section, the green line, is the benchmark for the TheDesk software for satisfaction rating, and we're way above that. Average first time reply, we're 2 hours. The benchmark's 25. And the benchmark for new tickets is 170, and we're at 295. So 85% of our tickets were answered in less than an hour, 7% 1 to 8, 7% 8 to 24, and 2% greater than 24. And I'll have to say those must be the weekends that Dave and I are not available. This lists out what people are looking in the knowledge base for. So 67 people look for LQB resources, 54 pre-qual letter, the LQB loan origination guide, 46 people looked at that. The updated USDA handbook was 32, and then the HECM for purchase pre-qualification was 22. The top searches: referral 7, USDA 5, appraisal 5, income worksheet 5, and pre-qual 4. And then our top agents: Jennifer answered 107 tickets. I did 86. Cynthia did 59. Dave did 40. And I'll have to say with Cynthia, a lot of the reverse folks still email her. They don't use the desk. We're working on that. So we have 92 articles in our knowledge base, and we had 1,221 views. I don't know what a net vote is. And we had 2 comments. And these are the top articles by creation date. The first 3 are reverse. Dave Vaughter did additional Texas counties and disaster areas. We've had a lot of those lately. VA entitlement worksheet, the home safe procedure update, that's reverse. Fannie Mae announcement, another FEMA disaster in Mississippi, and the Inter Island spot approval condo forms. And that's it.